But it finally clicked in my head where it's like, yo, you are responsible for your future, and the cards that you have been dealt, you have to play the best hand. And just like that, we're back. Welcome. This is your host, Devon Clark. You're listening to the And Another Thing podcast, brought to you by Inspiration Above. Look, like Shannon Sharpe would probably say, it's a bird, it's a plane, right? Or wait. I said that wrong. Hold on. like Shannon Sharpe would probably say, it's a plane, it's a bird. Larry Bird, what's the word? You're listening to Another Thing in the podcast, episode number 5. Look, I definitely butchered that first part, but welcome back. It is a beautiful day today, wherever you're listening, because you are listening. And as always, this is the Growth Podcast. This is the podcast that you send to your cousins when they're going through a breakup. This is the podcast that you send to your uncle who just came home from prison. This is the podcast that you send your mother that just got let go from her job. This is the podcast that you send to anybody that you want to grow, including yourself, right? We're going to jump right into it. And another thing, it actually is you. Motivation. It actually is you. Right? Like, it's you. You've been the one in your family who, okay, so you've been the one, right? You've been the one in your situation. You noticed this for a while, like you've been the one in your family, you've been the one in your friend group, you've been the one that kind of seems like you always figure it out. You've been the one who always just gets it. You've been the one who just always is willing to see where it goes, right? And you've been the one who had to take a lot of the heat. You've been the one, right? And it seems like now it's like, okay, well, where's my help at? Right? Where's my help? Where is that person or that thing that's coming to save me? And you know me, look, the only person that I truly believe that can come and save us is Jesus and God himself. That's the only one. But I just wanted to let you know on this podcast today that it actually is you. Like, it's you who's going to figure it out. It's you who's going to lay that foundational growth for your family. It's you who's going to go the extra mile to figure out credit for your family, for you, for your situation. Like, it's you, right? And as always, I think we can bring that piece in right now. As always, I'm talking to myself as well too, right? Kind of story time edition. I think when you experience so much of this, like, kind of shield that you put on yourself, right? You look for 1,000,001 different ways to lay that foundation, right? Like, you want to grow, you want to figure out how to get from ABC to X, Y, and Z, right? And it finally hit me where I was like, you know what? Like, I'm gonna have to be that one in my household that I live in now that's gonna go the extra mile. I'm going to be the one that's going to have to solve the problems. I'm going to be the one that's going to take that responsibility, because that's what I believe the assignment that God gave me. That is the assignment that I believe that God gave me. And you can kind of notice it in your life, right? Like, if you always noticing yourself being the first one to answer, the first one to respond, the one that just kind of figures things out, like, that's kind of just been me a lot of my life, right? Just figuring things out. Like, okay, cool. This didn't work. Let's try this way. Okay, that one didn't work. Let's call a lifeline, right? Like, so on and so forth and so on and so forth. And it gets draining, guys. It does, right? Let's be transparent. Being the one, let's just look at Jesus carrying that cross. Come on now. Just imagine how heavy that cross was for him to carry that cross, right? And in some ways, we might not be carrying that same exact cross. Of course not. Right. But in other ways, we might be the one in our family who, we got to put our head together with our other family members and figure out what it's going to be. And not just family, right, but relationships as well, too. Like, you might be that anointed person in your relationship. Like, your partner might just be really great at How can I put it? Your partner may be really, really, really great at supporting you and or supporting the idea. Doesn't matter, husband or wife, but you might be really, really, really great at bringing that idea, right? Like you might be really great at bringing the ideas. Doesn't matter if you're a man or woman. My great grandfather was just telling me not too long ago, like my grandmother, his daughter, right, was had a million and one different ideas. Wanted to have a party bus in Bahamas, and she, invested in real estate, and she, repaired credit back in her day. My grandmother been passed away for over 17 years, but again, it's for some women as well too who might be that person in a relationship who bring those ideas. Like you just might be that one, and carrying that might be heavy, right? But when you do identify yourself as that person who's going to do that, you got to go all in on it. Like you cannot play around with it at all. You have to go all in on it. Time is of the essence. It is. And when you realize that, you start to take those actions into getting you to where you need to go, right? If that makes sense, right? Like when you realize, like, okay, I'm the person who's going to do it because this is the opportunity that's been created for me. Again, as always, I'm talking to myself as well too. So many times I've looked for somebody to give me an answer. Like I need answers here, right? Like and sometimes we could be stubborn. We can be stubborn sometimes. Like, nah, I'm not going to do that until I get my answers. I'm not going to do that until somebody has some type of answer to this situation because I didn't deserve this or I didn't, whatever the case may be. Do you know how much time you missing out? You know how many, let's not even talk about time. Let's talk about great people. You know how many great people, great business partners that you missing out on? You crying over spilled milk every time it's spilled. Right? Like when you're the one, you're looking for advice, but you may be that advice that you're looking for. Like you're looking for someone to kind of, cradle you at times. And it's like, ooh, that's very detrimental to your growth, right? It's a difference between looking for someone to give you proper counseling versus cradling. And you got to be able to decipher between the two. Like, are you looking for proper counseling? Are you looking for someone to say, hey, listen, these are areas where I noticed that you can grow? Or are you just looking for someone to be a yes man or a yes woman to your problems that you have going on in your life right now? Right? So you have to make that decision and say, you know what, it is me. It is you, though. It's you're the one who's going to bring, life to your situation, and of course, in me and my situation and our fellow Christians, by the grace of God. Right. But when he gives you that free will, though, and when you get that free will, you got to understand, like, OK, it's going to be me. It's going to be you that got to do it. And like I told you, and as always, it's so many situations that, I look for different leaders or different. And I just kind of felt like I was on an island and I was looking for different leaders to kind of give me exactly what I was looking for. I was kind of looking for different, peers or whatever to give me that exact, and it's like, listen, you shouldn't have people here to just be a yes man or a yes woman to your life. You need that growth. You need that growth. You got to rip off that Band-Aid. We've all have made poor decisions in our life. We have all made not the greatest decisions in our life. And okay, all right, I'm not going to say that's okay because, right, sometimes some poor decisions can be very impactful or detrimental to our family and our lineage and different things like that. But okay, cool, it happened. Like, then what? Right? And you finally have to decide, like, all right, I'm going to be that one in my family. I'm going to be that one in my friend group who's going to go that extra mile. I'll tell you a quick story. In 2023, when I was at this corporate company, I was, preparing myself to go to Canada, right? Like, it's my first time, ever going outside of the country where I needed a passport. And, my passport, me and my cousin, right? And I filled out my passport before him. You know what I'm saying? And he filled out his passport maybe a week or 2 weeks later after me. Now, mind you, we needed this to come expeditiously. So we had to both get it expedited. He got his passport sent to him, right? Got his birth certificate back, all that good stuff. Now, me, just I'll tell you a piece of information about me. My handwriting has never been the greatest. Since I was a kid, my mom always talked about my handwriting. Like, man, your handwriting is not the greatest. They used to try to give me these little tracing books when I was a kid. I'm like, So my handwriting, it's a little funky. for sure. So when it came to me getting my passport, it just was taking way a lot longer. So the deadline of us leaving to go to Canada is approaching, and I'm like getting frustrated at this point, right? And I was truly, truly, truly confused about what I should do. So I was calling a passport place, like, "Hey, listen, I got to go to Canada in a few days, and what's going on? Like, I'm not, I don't, I'm not, like, and they telling me like, listen, you in Chicago, we don't have any places available for you until months out. Now, anybody that's ever been to the passport place at that time, like, if you needed an appointment like soon, you need to make that appointment like ASAP. Like, if you going somewhere and you want to do it in person and get your passport that day, make that appointment ASAP, because that passport place, it might be booked up for months. Now, I don't know if it was just like some type of like pre-COVID kind of thing and back in 2023 or whatever, but because I experienced a coworker that experienced it too. I mean, we was from Chicago. He had to fly to like Baltimore just to get a passport, or Seattle or something like that. So when I called the passport place, I was like, yo, like I we got an appointment available in Dallas. I'm like, listen, I'm not traveling to Dallas just to go and get we got a appointment available in Oklahoma. I'm like, listen, I'm not doing that. So I ended up I called him again, and he was like, "Oh, we got an appointment available, but you probably won't make it." I'm like, "How far is it?" I'm sorry, not far. I'm like, "What's the appointment time?" I was like, "Oh, it's 8:15. It's like 7. I said, "I'll be there." I'm like, "Y'all give a 15-minute grace period, right?" I'm like, "Yeah." I was like 40 minutes away. I drove as fast as I could, right, and just going through all these different hoops. And when I got to the passport place, I stayed there for like 4 hours, just kind of waiting for my passport. And I kind of got frustrated, like right towards the end. And I got this thing where I say 6 seconds of sorrow, where I kind of allow myself to have 6 seconds of just decompression. And after those 6 seconds, it's like, yo, you need to get up. And I was frustrated. I'm like, why me? Like, why me? Why me? Why me? Why every time? That anybody ever felt like that before? Where it's like a why me kind of feeling? Like, why is it always me that has to jump through a million and one different hoops in my social life? Why is it me that's that always have to jump through a million and one different hoops when it comes to like paperwork or documents or just whatever? Like, right? Why is it always me that have to jump through a million and one different hoops when it comes to my client? Why can't I just get a client that that just has very minimum requirements or restrictions like everybody else? And after those 6 seconds, it hit me, and it was like, because I'm the one, right? And like this podcast, you are the one. Like it's you. And I said, and what I meant by I'm the one is I meant that, okay, I'm the one that's gonna go the extra mile. I've always have been going the extra mile. Is it some sort of test from God? Possibly. I don't know. Is it a part of my assignment? It could be. Right. But it finally clicked in my head where it's like, yo, you are responsible for your future. And the cards that you have been dealt, you have to play the best hand. Right. You have to play the best hand that you've been dealt. You cannot have this why me kind of mentality. Why not you? Right. Like D Rose say, why not? Right. How come he can't win rookie, whatever the case may be, right? And that goes for you too as well, right? How come you can't be vice president of a company? How come even though you don't have any people or peers in your corner to give you that direction? It is you that is going to lay that foundational growth for your family. You know the connections that you need to make. You know the direction and if you don't know, you at least have that fire inside of you, and you know it. It's you. It's up to you. It's up to you to, hey, listen, wipe your tears. It's okay. You cried about it, right? You threw your own tantrum, whatever, right? Cool. That's fine. Then what? Go ahead and wipe them tears. Go ahead and calm down and know that it's you that's going to have to put in that work. It's you that's going to have to take that extra mile. It's you that is. And watch this. Watch how the butterflies start to come. When you chasing those butterflies, I heard a quote that said, or I seen a quote that said, when you chasing butterflies, it's going to fly away from you. Absolutely. When you're trying to catch butterflies, they do. But if you water that garden, if you water the grass, if you water, the thing that you want the butterflies to attract, the butterflies are going to come on their own, man. And that goes for the same thing in your life when it comes to friendships, when it comes to relationship. It is up to you. It is highly imperative that you understand that. And that's how you have to grow. And again, as always, I'm talking to myself as well too. I have to realize that like Devon is you. Like it's you that have to put in that effort. It's you that have to put in that work. It's you that have to Get up every day and go after your assignment that you believe that God called to you is you. And that's okay if it's you, right? You have to figure out a way to find enjoyment in your process. You have to figure out a way to find the love for the thing that you're doing, and watch how the blessings start to come and flow. Just watch how things start to make a lot more sense when you do realize, like, okay, it's up to me. It's up to me to make those decisions on which way I should go. Should I stay? Should I move? Should I, travel overseas? Should I cancel that trip? Like, it's up to you. It's up to you. You got it though. You do. See you next episode.